Welcome to Part 4. Merging of Scottish and English Parliaments. The deeper political integration of her kingdoms was a key policy of Queen Anne, the last Stuart monarch of England and Scotland and the first monarch of Great Britain. A treaty of union was agreed in 1706, following negotiations between representatives of the Parliaments of England and Scotland, and each parliament then passed separate acts of union to ratify it. The acts came into effect on 1 May 1707, parliaments and uniting the two kingdoms into a kingdom called Great Britain. Anne became the first monarch to occupy the unified British throne, and in line with Article 22 of the Treaty of Union, Scotland and England each sent members to the new House of Commons of Great Britain. The Scottish and English ruling classes retained power, and each country kept its legal and educational systems, as well as its established church. United, they formed a larger economy, and the Scots began to provide soldiers and colonial officials to the new British forces and empire. 25. However, one notable difference at the outset was that the new Scottish members of Parliament and representative peers were elected by the outgoing Parliament of Scotland, while all existing members of the Houses of Commons and Lords at Westminster remained in office. Further information: Anne, Queen of Great Britain. During the War of the Spanish Succession, 1702–14, England continued its policy of forming and funding alliances, especially with the Dutch Republic and the Holy Roman Empire against the common enemy, King Louis XIV of France. Queen Anne, who reigned 1702–1714, was the central decision-maker, working closely with her advisors, especially her remarkably successful senior general, John Churchill, 1st Duke of Marlborough. The war was a financial drain, for Britain had to finance its allies and hire foreign soldiers. Stalemate on the battlefield and war weariness on the home front set in toward the end. The anti-war Tory politicians won control of Parliament in 1710 and forced a peace. The concluding Treaty of Utrecht was highly favourable for Britain. Spain lost its empire in Europe and faded away as a great power, while working to better manage its colonies in the Americas. The First British Empire, based upon the English overseas possessions, was enlarged. From France, Great Britain gained Newfoundland and Acadia, and from Spain Gibraltar and Minorca. Gibraltar became a major naval base which allowed Great Britain to control the entrance from the Atlantic to the Mediterranean. The war marks the weakening of French military, diplomatic and economic dominance, and the arrival on the world scene of Britain as a major imperial, military and financial power. British historian G.M. Trevelyan argued that Treaty of Utrecht, which ushered in the stable and characteristic period of 18th-century civilization, marked the end of danger to Europe from the old French monarchy, and it marked a change of no less significance to the world at large, the maritime, commercial and financial supremacy of Great Britain. Part 5 will be continuous.